This is Bobby Fleming with JockJive. Welcome to Troy, Alabama, home of the 2017 Dixie Youth Baseball AAA State Tournament. This matchup is between Decatur National and Dothan American. The visiting team will be the Decatur National team. Batting first will be Reeves Waller, followed by Chris Hudson, then Bryce Parker. Hitting cleanup will be JB Claiborne, followed by Tommy Kaiser, Gavin Martin, Josh Garland, Turner Weinman, Bryson Stinson, Charlie Jacobs, Makari Johnson, and Grayson Marion. Defensively for Dothan, on the mound, you have Bryce Dykes. Doing the catching will be David McClurkin. Third base, Hudson Jordan. Shortstop, Kingsley Lux. Second base, Brooks Kennedy. First base, Andrew Owen. Left field, Caden Mitchell. Center field, Porter Dykes. And right field, Carson Driggers. The first pitch is swung on and hit into right field. And that'll be a base hit for Reeves Waller. So Decatur National starting fast.
13, Chris Hudson.
First pitch of the ball game. And Waller has his team looking to get things going fast. The pitch from Dykes misses outside. Waller gets a big lead secondary from first base. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. As the ball thrown over to first base, diving back in safely is Waller. The count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike on Chris Hudson. Hudson digs in. The 1-1 pitch misses up and away, bringing the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Dykes digs in, looks into his catcher to get the sign, kicks and fires. And this pitch misses outside, and that's going to run the count now to 3 balls and a strike. Waiting on deck for Decatur National is Bryce Parker. Dykes kicks and fires, and this one misses low outside. And that'll be a walk as Decatur National has their first 2 runners on base.
Now batting number 3, Bryce Parker.
Keeping the pace of the game going, Dykes looks in, kicks and fires as this pitch is swung on and fouled off, brings the count to no balls and 1 strike. We're already in the top half of the first inning. The pitch from Dykes swung on, hit back up the middle. Dykes fields, fires over to third. That's in time for the first out. As that'll be a fielder's choice for Bryce Parker.
Now batting number 45.
And that'll bring to the plate
Claiborne.
number 45, JB Claiborne. Claiborne steps in, a count of no balls and 1 strike. This pitch is swung on a miss for strike 2. So Claiborne with opportunity to drive in a run as Hudson is on second base. Dykes kicks, fires, 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back into the screen. Runner at second base is Chris Hudson. Bryce Parker on first. The batter, J.B. Claiborne. Dykes fires to McClurkin. This ball's lined to the right side. Gets past the first baseman and on into right field. Coming to the plate and sliding in to score is Hudson. A bang-bang play out at second base as they threw behind the runner, Parker, but he dives back in safely. And Decatur National jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Now batting number 5, Tommy Kaiser.
Now stepping in is Tommy Kaiser. The first pitch misses inside as Kaiser ducks out to the side. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and second. This pitch misses inside as it goes over the top of Kaiser. Dykes looks in, has his sign, kicks and fires. His ball's hit to the right side where it takes a bad hop. Gives past Kennedy as relay comes into second base. Coming on around all the way to score is Parker. Play at third as Claiborne tries to take third on the throw, is thrown out. So Decatur gets a run. And Dothan picks up their second out.
Now batting number 24, Gavin Martia.
And stepping to the plate now will be Gavin Martin. First pitch to Martin misses. Count 1 ball, no strikes. So Kaiser the runner at first. This pitch misses outside, runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Dykes kicks and fires. And that one catches the outside black as going towards second is Kaiser. He's in there with a stolen base. And now Decatur National has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. His pitch is swung on and hit to the left side. Fielded by Lux as he fires to first, not in time. That's an infield hit for Martin. Going to third on the throw is Kaiser.
Now batting number 42, Josh Garland.
Decatur looking to try to add to their lead here in the top half of the first inning. Stepping to the plate is Josh Garland. Runners at the corners, Kaiser at third, Martin at first. The pitch misses up and in for ball 1. Dykes kicks, fires. This one misses inside as Martin trying to get hung up in a rundown to get the runner home. Fires back to first base. And a real close play, but just in ahead of the tag is Martin. So the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch swung on, hit back up the middle, fielded by Lux, flips over to Kennedy at second, and that is in time to retire the side. So Decatur manages to score 2 runs, looking to put up a big inning to start things off.
The pitcher for Dothan
Strands a
American,
pair.
number 1, Bryce Dykes, has pitched 22 pitches.
So the pitcher Dykes has thrown 22 pitches, and that's an important note because at this level, each pitcher can only have 75 pitches in a day. There's multiple pitching restrictions and rules in the rule book. So as we get ready to head into the bottom half of the first inning, take a look over at the Dothan American lineup. Leading things off will be Porter Dykes. Batting second, Andrew Owen. Batting third, Brooks Kennedy. Batting fourth, Kingsley Lux. Batting fifth, William Walker. Batting sixth, Carson Driggers. Batting seventh, Caden Mitchell. Batting eighth, Bryce Dykes. Batting ninth, Hudson Jordan. Batting 10th, Jack Helms. Batting 11th, Cooper Powell. Batting 12th, David McClurkin. Now here at the AAA level, each team will bat all 12 players for the entirety of the game. So a 12-man lineup. Looking defensively now for the Decatur National.
Leading off for Dothan American, number 3, Porter Dukes.
On the mound is J.B. Claiborne. Doing the catching is Reeves Waller. We'll fill you in on the rest of the defense. As the first pitch misses away for ball 1. At third base is Tommy Kaiser. Shortstop Josh Garland. Second base Gavin Martin. First base Charlie Jacobs. The 1-0 pitch swung on a miss for a strike. And in the outfield, left field is Bryce Parker, center field Chris Hudson, and right field Bryson Stinson. So the 2-0 pitch, or the 1-1 pitch, excuse me, is in there for a strike. Runners the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dykes. The 1-2 pitch misses. Evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Claiborne looks in, kicks and fires, and this pitch catches the outside corner for strike 3. As Porter Dykes goes down looking.
Up to bat, number 2, Andrew Owen.
Stepping to the plate now for Dothan American is Andrew Owen. Claiborne kicks and fires, and this one misses low for ball 1. Owen steps out, now back in, now on the rubber. Claiborne from the windup, kicks, delivers, and this pitch misses inside as Owen spins out of the way. Count 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, and that one's going to catch the outside black for strike 1. Claiborne winds and fires as this pitch is swung on a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. Waiting on deck is Brooks Kennedy. The 2-2 pitch just a bit outside. Claiborne wanted that call but didn't get it. Count now full, 3-2. The payoff pitch. This one misses. Oh, this one catches the outside corner for strike 3. Owen and the Dothan American
Now batting number
fans
34, Brooks
not happy
Kennedy.
with that call. With 2 outs now for Kennedy as he drives this ball into right field. It's down for a 2-out single. Throw goes in to the shortstop Garland, and Kennedy will be held at first base.
Now batting number 42, Kingsley
So
Lucas.
stepping to the plate now for Dothan American is Kingsley Lux. This pitch is in there for a strike as Waller fires over to first base, not in time. The 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Bottom half of the first inning. Runner on first. The 0-2 pitch swung on, hit back up the middle. Past the diamond Garland. And back-to-back hits with 2 outs. Puts runners at first and second for William Walker.
Now batting number 22, William Walker.
Walker stands in on the left side as time is called for the on-deck hitter to move behind the batter. Pitch from Claiborne, swung on, hit to the left side. Garland fires over to Kaiser at third base, and that will retire the side.
Lightning has been detected. We would like everyone to report to their vehicles. We have seen lightning. Everyone must report to their vehicle.
All field games are now suspended.
Just received a message that this game is going to go to a delay as we have experienced lightning near the ballpark. Whenever lightning was within a certain vicinity of a ballpark, game must be stalled. We will return to resume play.
Again, all fans, players, and coaches, please report to your vehicles.
And welcome back, baseball fans, as we return from a lightning delay. We're going into the top half of the second inning. A quick recap of the first inning. Decatur National managed to score 2 runs in their half of the inning. And coming back out, they're able to shut down Dothan American after they try to get a rally started with 2 outs. So it looks like the pitcher for Dothan, Bryce Dykes,
Decatur National, please pick up the dugout phone.
finishes up his final warm-up toss. And we're ready to resume play. Looks like we have some confusion. We may have some substitutions in the field. Just discussing how substitutions are going to be relayed. All right, ready to kick things back off in the top half of the second inning for Decatur National will be Turner Weinman. The first pitch to Weinman misses low and outside
now
for ball
number
1.
22, Turner Weinman.
Dykes looks into his catcher, McClurkin. The pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on, nobody out here in the top half of the second. Dykes from the stretch, kicks, fires. This ball's lined down the first base line, and it is a fair ball. Wyman turns towards second. He's really motoring. Relay throw comes in, caught by Lux at second base, and that's a leadoff double for Turner Weinman.
Now batting number 14, Bryson Stinson.
Now nobody out, runner at second base. That'll bring to the plate for Decatur
Also,
National,
Jack Helms and Cooper
Bryson
Powell
Stinson.
have entered the game for Dothan American.
Dykes kicks and fires to Stinson, and that pitch misses just a bit upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Dykes kicks, fires, and this pitch is missed off the outside corner. Running the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the runner at second base is Turner Weinman. Have a timeout as the ball comes over from the other field. This is the 2017 Dixie Youth Baseball AAA State Tournament for Alabama. So the pitcher from Dothan, Dykes, kicks and fires. His pitch is fouled back into the screen. And that runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Dykes kicks, fired. This ball is lined back up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. The throw comes in from Porter Dykes in center field, and that will hold the runner Weinman at third base as Decatur National has back-to-back hits to start things here in the second. And that puts runners at the corners for the new batter, Charlie Jacobs. Oh, caught in the rundown is Stinson. And Stinson will go into second base without a throw as the first baseman, Owen, wanted to hold the runner, Weinman, at third base. And that puts runners at second and third with nobody out. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit high into the air. Is it going to stay in play? It does, but it'll fall and hit the ground just in front of the home dugout. So Dykes works ahead of the hitter, Jacobs. So Dykes looks in to McClurkin. Kicks and delivers. And his pitch misses inside. Good stop by the catcher, McClurkin, as he's able to knock that one down. That evens the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Dykes rocks, fires inside, and that catches the black as it's in there for strike 2. So Dothan needing an out here as Decatur has runners at second and third. The pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. So Jacobs goes down swinging, and that'll bring to the plate Makari Johnson. Waiting on deck is Grayson Marion for Decatur. His pitch is swung on a miss for strike 1. Dykes has an opportunity to work out of this jam here. Oh, 1 pitch, a little breaking ball spun in there for strike 2. So Johnson now in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. A hard hit ball, scores a run. This ball is hard hit into the left side, and it gets through. 1 run is in to score. Coming to the plate is Stinson, and he will reach. Johnson showing off his wheels as he rounds second and now goes back. Johnson knocks in 2 runs to bring the Decatur score now to 4 to Dothan 0. The scoring on that play will be an E6 as the ball got under the glove of Lux. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Looks like it is. I'm going to look back at the roster. It'd be Cooper Powell. So Cooper Powell comes to the mound as Dykes moves out to left field. So while we have a minute, don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer and need your help to get there. And when you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Plus subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're ready to resume play as the new pitcher Powell kicks and fires to Marion. Ball's popped up in the infield, and there to settle under it is Kennedy. And that will be the second out here in the top half of the second.
Up to bat number 9, Reeves Waller.
Coming to the plate now for Decatur will be leadoff hitter Reeves Waller. Waller swings at the first pitch. It's a flare in the shallow left field. It gets down for a hit. Johnson pushes to draw a throw. Throw goes all the way to the plate as Waller will advance to second with his second hit of the day. And that puts runners at second and third now for Chris Hudson.
Now batting number 13, Chris Hudson.
Hudson walked in his first plate appearance and came around to score a run. Swinging at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off for strike one. So Decatur leads Dothan by a score of 4-0. The 0-1 pitch from Powell swung on, popped high in the air on the infield. Kennedy settles under it and makes the catch for the final out. So in the half inning, Decatur National had the stick starting hot. They had back-to-back hits that eventually came around to score. As they add to their lead. Heading into the bottom of the second.
Number 6,
due up
Cooper
for
Powell
Dothan
with 4
American
pitches.
will be Carson Driggers, Caden Mitchell, and Bryce Dykes.
Now for number 8, David Poole.
So going into the delay, J.B. Claiborne was pitching for Decatur, and he will remain on the mound. Anytime you have a delay, one of the things you look for when you come out is how it's going to affect the starting pitcher. We were very early into the game. Claiborne had only thrown 16 pitches to get through the first. We have a new right fielder for Decatur as Makari
Number
Johnson.
34, Makari Johnson has entered the game in right field for Decatur National.
Makari comes into the game. So Claiborne getting his warm-up pitches. Has a comfortable 4-run lead right now to work with. The pitcher in this situation wants to go right at the hitters. Try to save some pitches, let your defense make plays behind you. So ready to kick things here in the bottom of the second.
4, Carson Driggers.
Will be number 4, Carson Driggers. Driggers swings at the first pitch, fouls it back out of play. Looks like it might have landed in some nachos over at the concession stand. So no balls, one strike on Driggers. Driggers steps in. Claiborne winds and fires. This ball is swung on and lined hard into right field where it'll get down for a hit. Johnson stops the ball, gets the ball in, and that'll be a leadoff single for Carson Driggers. And that'll bring to the plate now Caden Mitchell.
Now batting number 24, Caden Mitchell.
Right-handed hitting Mitchell will step in. Claiborne kicks, fires as Mitchell shows bunt. He gets it down, and it's a beauty. It's going to be a tough play. Claiborne fires to first, and it's not in time. As Mitchell tries to lay down the sacrifice, and it turns into an infield single. And that puts 2 runners on for Bryce Dykes.
Now batting number 1, Bryce Dykes.
So Dykes at the plate, Driggers and Mitchell's the runner at second and first. A sacrifice situation here. See if Dykes squares the bunt, and he does. He pulls back and takes this pitch outside for ball 1. So Claiborne needing to find an out in here, fires in and misses upstairs. That runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. So Claiborne kicks, fires, and this one misses high and inside. And the count now 3 balls and no strikes. Curious to see what the head coach for the Decatur national team will do if he keeps the bunt on or makes him take. The take is on as Dykes takes a called strike. So the count now 3 balls and a strike. Claiborne winds and fires. His pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. So the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's no outs. Runners on first and second. Claiborne kicks and deals. This ball is swung on and hit out towards left field. And it will get down as it's over the head of Parker. 1 run's going to come in to score. Two runs are going to come in to score. What a series of events as Dykes lines one to the fence with a 2 RBI double. Interesting base running as Dykes rounded around second too far, drew a throw, and then Caden Mitchell advances to home on the throw back to second. And Dothan American cuts the lead in half as the score is now 4-2. So the coach from Decatur goes out to try to calm his youngsters down.
Now batting number 5, Hudson Jordan.
Coming to the plate now for Dothan is Hudson Jordan with a runner still in scoring position. Jordan shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a called strike over the outside corner. Dykes bluffed a run to third and drew a throw from the catcher Waller. So Jordan steps in with the count of no balls, 1 strikes. Claiborne kicks and deals and fires one in there as Jordan swings on and misses. So no balls, 2 strikes. Decatur yet to find an out here in the home half of the second. The pitch misses just outside. Excellent 0-2 pitch from Claiborne, but couldn't get Jordan to chase. Claiborne kicks, fires this one right down the middle. Line drive, caught, dropped, bobbled at second base by Martin. Recovered, trying to flip back to second. But freezing on the hit was Dykes.
Up to bat number 14, Jack Helms.
Is unable to advance. That puts runners at first and second. Still with nobody out. Jack Helms shows bunt, gets the bunt down. Bunts it back to the pitcher, Claiborne. Now you don't want to bunt the ball back to the pitcher, but it is a successful attempt by Jack Helms to sacrifice the runners over.
Now batting number 6, Cooper Powell.
So now with runners at second and third, that'll bring to the plate the 11th hitter, Cooper Powell. The first pitch from Claiborne misses downstairs.
Now batting number 2, Brady Black.
This pitch is off the catcher's glove. Dykes thought about coming home, but throws on the brakes. So the count now, 2 balls and no strikes to Cooper Powell. Powell, the new pitcher for Dothan, looking to help his own cause here. Hits the ball back up the middle, pass to Divin Martin, and that's in. That's going to score 1. Coming around third is Jordan. He slides in, and he's safe without a throw. And that's a 2 RBI single for Cooper Powell.
Now batting
So I
number
have some
8,
questions
David
from the
McClurkin.
Decatur dugout as he's talking to the umpire. He's wanting to settle his pitcher down, it appears, but he's already visited the field once, and if he makes another trip, then the pitcher must be pulled. He wants to stick with Claiborne, so he elects not to go out. Claiborne's first pitch misses outside for ball 1 to the new hitter, David McClurkin. The 1-0 pitch catches the black on the outside to even the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Waiting on deck for Dothan is Porter Dykes, leadoff hitter for Dothan. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. I think McClurkin might have chased one up out of the zone right there. Runner at first is Cooper Powell. McClurkin digs in. The pitch from Claiborne misses just high and outside. A throw to first base from the catcher Waller's not in time as Powell dives back. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Claiborne checks his defense to make sure they're ready behind him. Winds and fires. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit high in the air. Is it going to stay in play? It does. Hits in fair territory but kicks back foul. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third baseman Tommy Kaiser ranged over and just did overrun the balls that fell in behind him. So Claiborne kicks and fires, and this pitch misses upstairs, unable to get him to chase. Now we have a rundown out between as Powell wanted to go, got caught in the rundown. A delay still action there. I wonder if Powell might have been confused on what the count was. So the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone for strike 3. And Claiborne has an opportunity to get out of this with a tie ball game. But it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. It's under Dixie Youth rules.
Number 45,
There's
JB
many
Claiborne,
different pitching rules and
had
regulations.
39 pitches.
Kids are on pitch counts. Have so many pitches before you can pitch again the next day. After 75 pitches, that's your total you can throw for the day. So waiting to see who the new pitcher is going to be. Looks like it's going to be number 3, Bryce Parker. So Bryce Parker comes from left, is going to take over on the mound as Decatur's coach tries to save the pitches for Claiborne. So after today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage and watch the archives. Or if you want a DVD of any game of the Alabama-Dixie Youth Baseball AAA State Tournament, email info@jockjive.com and we'll get the process started. So it looks like Parker has got his warm-up pitches completed. And that'll bring to the plate now for Dothan leadoff man Porter Dykes. Dykes will stand in with 2 outs and a runner at first. The first pitch from Parker is in there for a called strike. The 0-1 pitch in on the hands. The only thing Dykes can do is fight it off, fouls it back for strike 2. And Decatur now 1 strike away from ending this big inning by Dothan. He kicks, delivers, and this one is fouled back out of play. Parker looks into Waller, kicks and fires. This ball is swung on and lined into right field. It hits off the glove of Johnson. Rolls to the fence. Johnson grabs it, fires it back in. Coming around all the way from first base to score is Powell. There was no throw because the shortstop Garland, as he received the ball, caught Dykes rounding a little too far and trying to get the tag put on him before he reached back into second base. But the call on the field is safe. And Dothan now takes a 1-run lead here in the home half of the second. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes to the new hitter, first baseman Andrew Owen. He hits a flare into shallow left field. That gets down for a hit. And that puts runners at the corner for second baseman Brooks Kennedy.
Up to bat number 34, Brooks Kennedy.
Kennedy getting instructions from his coach over at the third base coaching box. Waiting on deck is Kingsley Lux. So I had a brief timeout on the field. Looks like we're ready to resume play. Parker kicks and fires. This ball is swung on and fouled back to the screen. So Kennedy steps in behind in the count. No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch. This one is in the dirt. Going towards second was Owen. He draws a throw from Waller. That throw goes into center field. And Dykes will score from third to give Dothan a 2-run lead. So the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrew Owen, the runner at first base. The pitch. Kennedy takes this one as the dirt as it goes all the way back to the screen. Good hustle by the catcher Waller as he fires a strike down to second base, but it's not in time. So the count, 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. This ball is swung on and hit deep down the left field line. But Kennedy early right there as he pulls that one out of play. So we have deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out here in the home half of the second inning. Dothan with a runner in scoring position as Owen stands out at second base. Decatur desperately needed an out here to end this 6-run rally by Dothan. This ball is hit high in the air in the right field, and Johnson's unable to track it down even with his speed as it falls, and coming all the way from second is Owen. And he will score to bring the score now to 7-4. And that's a 2-out RBI double for Brooks Kennedy. Trying not to strike out. Just stuck his bat out there, poked it in the right field. Gets the job done, gets the RBI. And that'll bring to the plate now Kingsley Lux. This pitch is in the dirt, goes back to the screen. Advancing on the wild pitch is Kennedy. The pitch swung on, hit back up the middle. That's off the pitcher Parker. Kicks out to the shortstop Garland, and he won't have a play at first base. Kennedy will come in to score, and that'll be an infield single for Lucas. I was saying that was Lux. I'm going to blame that on the head coach for his handwriting. But Parker trying to shake that one off as the ball hit him in the shin. Going to get a couple warm-up tosses here. Tough luck for Decatur on that chain of events, as Parker was unable to get the glove on it and kicks away from him too far to make a play at first. So Dothan batting around here in the home half of the second. Brings to the plate William Walker, the 12th batter of the inning. The first pitch is right down Broadway for strike 1. Parker winds and fires, and this one misses inside, gets away from Waller, and advancing to second base is Lucas. So that evens the count at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch misses inside. Dancing out of the way is Walker. Lucas advances to third. So the score 8-4. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed to even the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Walker digs in. The pitch from Parker swung on a miss for strike 3. And that will wrap up the home half of the second inning. What a chain of events
Decatur National, number 3, Bryce Parker.
as Dothan American really struggled the first time at the plate with back-to-back strikeouts, looking to start the ball game. Had a couple base hits, but was really shut down by Claiborne. But that's where these weather delays really affect the game. Like Claiborne had a tough time really finding the strike zone coming back, and Dothan was able to take advantage of it as they put up 8 runs in the home half of the second. So looking ahead now to the top half of the third.
Walker has now entered the game in right field for Dothan American.
Leading off for Decatur will be Bryce Parker, followed by J.B. Claiborne and Tommy Kaiser. We have another defensive change for Dothan. We have a new right fielder. I believe that was Walker that went out to right. Powell remains on the mound. His first pitch is swung on. Swung on and hit by Parker down the first base line.
Now batting number 3,
Just
Bryce Parker.
to the outside of the bag. That'll be a foul ball. So no balls and 1 strike. Decatur looking to play a little catch-up here. This ball swung on and hit to Kennedy out at second. Flips over to Owen at first, and that will be in time for the out. So a 4-3 put out.
Up to bat number
Brings to the
45,
plate now
J.B. Claiborne.
J.B. Claiborne. Powell from the stretch. Kicks and fires. This one misses upstairs for ball 1. So Claiborne digs in. The pitch swung on and hit in the air towards center field. And there to make the catch is Porter Dykes. Looks like Dykes had a little trouble with it, but was able to snag it.
Now batting number 5, Tommy Kazar.
And that'll bring to the plate now Tommy Kaiser. His ball is swung on, hit to the right side, and that's going to get through the 4-hole and into right field. And that'll be a 2-out single for Kaiser. And that'll bring to the plate Gavin Martin. Martin digs in on the left side. The pitch from Powell misses well outside. A delayed steal by Kaiser. It's successful as the ball goes into center field. So Powell wanting a new ball. They count 1 ball, no strike. The pitch catches the outside corner. So the count even, 1 ball and a strike for Martin. The pitch from Powell. This one catches the black on the outside, and that runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Kaiser runner at second, looking to score on a base hit. The 1-2 pitch misses well outside. We have deuces on the board again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Now pitching number 15,
Powell looks in for a
62.
sign. Kicks and fires. And this one misses outside to run the count full. And the pitch swung on and fouled back. So the count remains full. Powell comes set, kicks, fires. Late on the swing is Martin as he fouls it towards the visitors' dugout. So we get the ball back in, ready for play now. The pitch from Powell. This one misses outside and gets away from his catcher, McClurkin.
Now at the plate, number 2, Cooper Bonnier.
And that'll be a 2-out walk. And that'll bring to the
Now
plate
batting number 42,
Josh Garland. Garland steps in on the right side. This pitch misses up and in. So Powell has his sign from McClurkin. His pitch misses low and in the dirt. Good job by McClurkin blocking that ball up. Count now, 2 balls, no strikes. Real hitters count now for Garland. The pitch. This one misses well out of the zone. Now you got to wonder if Coach will give Garland the green light and here 3-0. Powell's missing everything arm, side, and high. Usually a sign of fatigue. Takes a little something off of it there as he has Garland out on his front foot. Count 3 balls and a strike. The pitch swung on, hit to the right side. Owen gloves it, runs to the bag where he beats Garland. And that'll be the 3rd out here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
16, Corning Paul.
Cooper Powell, number 6, now has 22 total pitches.
So after 2.5, the score remains 8-4 in favor of Dothan American. While we have this opportunity, you need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archived. You can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, the GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, Dixie Youth Baseball, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com for those with an insatiable sports appetite. So I also want to remind you we're over on Facebook and Twitter. So if you have the opportunity, if you don't mind, go over there, give us a like or two. The best way to keep getting updates on scores from other teams in the tournament.
Number 99, Grayson Marion for Decatur, has now entered the game in left field.
So it looks like we have a defensive change for Decatur. Going into left field is Marion. So still on the mound
Carson Driggers.
for Decatur is Parker. The hitter is Carson Driggers, who started that big rally back in the home half of the 2nd. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit foul down the 3rd base line. So Driggers digs in. 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch is swung on and tapped towards the mound. Fielded by Parker, fires over to first base in time to retire Driggers. So great job of fielding the position by Parker. That'll bring to the plate Caden Mitchell. Have time on the field as Decatur sends a pitcher out to the bullpen. So Parker kicks and fires to Mitchell, who swings and fouls this one back into the fence. And Parker works ahead now, no balls and a strike. Of a new pitcher out in the bullpen warming up. This ball is lined hard towards second base. Diving attempt by Martin, unable to get it. This ball gets all the way to the fence. Motoring around the bases is Mitchell. And Mitchell will come around to score with the Little League Inside the Park home run. That ball was scorched towards Martin. The right fielder, Stinson, wasn't able to track it down and has made it all the way to the fence. And Mitchell just shows off the wheels as he motors around the bases to score the 9th run for Dothan. Stepping up is Dykes, likes the first pitch he sees, swings on it, and just does squeeze through. That's what you call a ground ball with eyes. As it gets past the diving Jacobs at first and the diving Martin at second. And that puts a runner at first base for Hudson Jordan. The first pitch to Jordan misses upstairs. Back pick throw to first base is over the head of Jacobs. Going on to second base is Dykes. As the right fielder Stinson is there to back it up. This pitch misses down. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Jordan steps in. This pitch misses up and in. Three balls, no strikes. 1 out, runner at second base. And the 3-0 pitch catches the outside corner. Runs the count now to 3 balls and a strike. Parker winds and fires. This ball is hit high in the air towards right field. Unable to make a play is Stinson. That ball gets all the way to the fence. Play at the plate. We have time called. Waiting to see what the ruling is on the field. Looks like an indication that there could be interference, which the run would count in that case. Waiting to see what the official ruling is. So we do know that Jordan has the double. Waiting to see what it is, the ruling, and the run does count to give Dothan a 10-4 lead. So tough luck for Decatur.
14, Jack Helms.
as the runner ran into Kaiser over at third base. This pitch is over the head of Helms, but hits the bat, and in which case is a foul ball. So the count is no balls and 1 strike. Parker looks in, kicks and fires, and this pitch misses wide and gets to the screen. Advancing to third is Jordan, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Or excuse me, 1 ball and 1 strike. A 1-1 pitch, swung on and lined back up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit and an RBI. And Dothan now takes an 11-4 lead here in the home half of the 3rd inning. There is 1 out for Cooper Powell.
Now batting number 6, Cooper Powell.
Powell stands in, right-handed hitter. Parker kicks and fires, and this one misses upstairs as it's over the head of Powell. So the count 1 ball and no strikes. There's 1 out, runner at first base. Powell fires, and this one's fouled back into the screen. One ball, 1 strike, 1 man out. Looks like there may be an issue with Waller's catcher's mask. He may have had a little dirt in his eyes as he goes over to clean that out. And this pitch misses and goes back to the screen. Going towards second is Helms. Well, he'll reach without a throw. Oh, I missed a defensive change for Decatur. Now behind the plate is Claiborne, who started the game on the mound. This ball gets away and goes to the screen. The runner, Helms, tries to advance to third, but throws the brakes on. As Claiborne got to that ball rather quickly. So the count to Powell is 3 balls and a strike. The pitch from Parker swung on, hit to the right side, and that gets past the outstretched arm of Martin. And that will be another hit for Dothan, as that put runners at first and third with 1 man out. So Decatur's coach on his way out to the mound, and it looks like we will have a pitching change.
Number 3, Bryce Parker, pitch 37.
The new pitcher. Looks like it's going to be southpaw Chris Hudson. Trying to keep up with the defensive changes here. Want to make sure each and every one of these young men get their recognition they deserve. So coming up later in July on JockJive.com, more Florida and Alabama Dixie Youth Baseball. Dixie Youth events and Dixie Baseball State Tournaments and World Series and so much more. Plus, this fall, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia Military College football, Great American Rivalries, high school football, the ACCC Game of the Week, and more. A litany of reasons you need to come back to JockJive.com often.
Now batting number 8, David McClurkin.
So the batter is David McClurkin. The first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. The runner Powell advances to second. Now puts runners at second and third with 1 out. The 2-0 pitch swung on and fouled off. Brings the count to 2 balls and a strike. Hudson kicks and fires. Runs this one up and in and gets McClurkin to chase there. So the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch paints the outside corner.
Now batting number
They're
3,
now
Porter Dykes.
2 outs for leadoff hitter Porter Dykes. Dykes has struck out looking and reached on an error. Lines this ball back up the middle. Past Hudson, 1 run comes in to score. Going towards second on the throw is Dykes. And he's in there safely. That ball was scorched back up the middle. Well, that does drive in the run. Jack Helms comes in to score.
Andrew Owen.
Now we have runners at second and third. Cooper Powell at third, Porter Dykes at second. Coming to the plate, Andrew Owen. Lefty on lefty matchup. As the first pitch misses up and inside for a ball. So Owen digs in. This ball is a flare towards left. That's going to get down. Powell comes in to score. Throwing on the brakes at third is Dykes. And that's an RBI single for Owen.
Now batting number 34, Brooks Kennedy.
That puts runners at first and third for Brooks Kennedy. Kennedy is struck out looking and singled and scored a run. I take that back. Brooks is singled twice. So the first pitch of ball taking second base was Owen. As the 1-0 pitch misses inside, Kennedy stands in with runners at second and third. There are 2 outs. The pitch from Hudson. Like Michelangelo painting the outside corner. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch swung on and hit foul down the third base line. So the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out, 2 men on. We are in the home half of the third inning. Dothan leads by a count of 13-4. The pitch swung on and lined into left field past the outstretched arm of Kaiser. 1 run will come in to score. And that puts runners at first and third for the cleanup hitter, Kingsley Lucas.
Now batting number 42, Kingsley Lucas.
Dothan takes a 10-run lead. The pitch to Lucas. In there at the knees for strike 1. Taking second base on the pitch is Kennedy. Hudson kicks and fires. And this one catches the outside corner. So no balls and 2 strikes on Lucas. Hudson 1 pitch away from ending this inning. Runs 1 inside but misses. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. This ball is swung on and hit towards short, and it gets through the 5 hole of Garland. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs come in to score. Slided into second safely is Lucas. And man, oh man, did Dothan need that rain delay as they came back on fire. So the batter now the batter now is William Walker. Takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Now, according to Dixie Youth rules, there are the mercy rule is in place. Most people call it the 10-run rule or 15-run rule. So according to Dixie Youth rules, in 3 innings, if a team has a lead by 15, that can end the ball game. Or in the 4th inning, if a team has 10-run lead. As this ball is hit down the line, a diving stop by the first baseman, Jacobs. And he beats the runner to the bag. And that will retire the side. So for back-to-back innings, this Dothan lineup manages to bat around. And has scored 8 runs in back-to-back innings. So as we head into the top half of the 4th, Decatur must score at least 3 runs to continue on in the contest. So we're in the top of the 4th. The pitcher for Dothan remains to be Powell. Due up for Decatur will be Turner Weinman, Bryson Stinson, and Charlie Jacobs. So Weinman has doubled and scored. Stinson singled and scored. And Jacobs struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. So ready to get things started here in the top half of the fourth. The first pitch to Powell is swung on. Hit to short, fires over to first base. In time for the 6-3 putout. Wyman hit that ball hard, but Lucas charges it, makes a strong throw across the diamond. Bryson Stinson steps in. Powell kicks and fires as this pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. The 0-1 pitch misses. So the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 man out, nobody on. Stinson stands in. Powell has his sign, now fires. And the 1-1 pitch misses for ball 2. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. On the 2-2 pitch, catches the outside corner for strike 3. And that'll be the second out.
Now batting number 26, Charlie Jacobs.
Decatur down to their last out. Need to score 3 runs to continue play. Charlie Jacobs takes a big swing at the first pitch he sees and lines it down the first base line, but it goes foul. So no balls, 1 strike the count. Jacobs struck out swinging in his first appearance. And the 0-1 misses outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. This pitch is swung on. It's a dribbler towards second. Charging is Kennedy. He flips over to first and not in time. Not in time as Jacobs reaches with an infield single.
Up to bat number 34, McCall.
A lot of times it's not about how hard you hit it, but where you hit it. And Jacobs hustling all the way down the line keeps it alive from Makari Johnson. Time is called as the home plate umpire needs to clean off the plate. A pitch from Powell swung on and fouled off. So Johnson reached on an error in his last at bat, hit it to the shortstop where Lucas misplayed it. So Jacobs at first, Johnson at the plate as this ball goes over the head of Johnson. Good glove work by the catcher, McCluckin. Have a no pitch as Powell started and stopped. With the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on a miss for strike 2. Jacobs went out, stuttered, then took off again and gets a stolen base here. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. So, valiant effort. Decatur started out hot, ran into some trouble after the rain delay.
Cooper Powell had 35 total pitches.
It's always the rain delays hurt the team that has the momentum going in. Dothan got together, was able to pull it together and come out hot after the delay. So just a quick recap. Decatur put up 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, and then was unable to get anything together in the third and fourth, where Dothan was completely shut down in the first, but batted around in the order in the second and the third, scoring 8 runs in each inning, bringing the score to a total of 16-4. And according to the Dixie Youth Baseball rules, the 10-run rule is in effect at the 4th inning. Since Dothan was the home team, they did not have to bat. So we have more coming at you this evening. We'll still play the late game this evening. Following this game, we'll get things going. Well, this is Bobby Fleming for JockJive. I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out, and I look forward to doing this again.